How many of you are seniors? Just raise your hands.
Seniors.
And juniors?
Oh, okay.
It's your
Ready?
show.
It's your show. Good afternoon. On behalf of Fall River Public Schools, I welcome you, Governor Baker, Lieutenant Governor Polito, Secretary Pizer, Mayor Coogan, and all of our elected officials. It's always a great opportunity when any elected official comes to our school and our city to see their investment at work. And early college has been a tremendous investment, and our scholars, as you'll see around here and you'll hear from them, have really chosen to take advantage of the opportunity, and you'll hear of the impacts. That's right. He likes the limelight. And really, early college has been a game changer for Fall River and for our scholars. It really has not only afforded them an opportunity to engage in college credit for no cost, but it also is a stepping stone to future success. So I welcome the opportunity for you to hear from them firsthand, because really they're the stars of the show. So I'm going to turn over to Matt, our principal, and then we're going to, Mayor Coogan, we'll give it to him first.
The kids are the star of the show, so of course we're going to let them talk more than us, but at the same time, it's great to have both the governor and lieutenant governor come down to see this fabulous school and this fabulous group of kids and hear from them firsthand how dual enrollment or early college has helped them, and we can't wait to hear it. And I'll turn it back to my good friend, Matt Damaris.
Thank you, Mayor Coogan, Governor Baker, Lieutenant Governor Polito, Secretary Pizer. Thank you for being here. I could go on for hours about the great things going on at Durfee High School, and I think you've noticed that some things are happening in Fall River. Fall River is on the up, and this is another example of it. I'm so proud of the hard work that the staff has put into supporting our students who are really doing all the work. You know, we've had a long-standing relationship with Bristol Community College with dual enrollment, and this takes it to the next level with an early college programming with Bristol Community College, Bridgewater State, and a pending pilot program for the fall with UMass Dartmouth as well. So we got the trifecta completed down here on the South Coast. So without further ado, what I want to do is introduce to you a couple of students that are going to kick off with a couple of spotlight stories, then we'll open up a round table here. So we have Ashtash Bhandari and Carlos Marcano. Whoever wants to go first, I'll put you on the spot. Carlos is going first. Why don't you share a little bit of your experience with Bridgewater State?
The Bridgewater State experience has been amazing.
Hey, Carlos, are you a junior or senior?
I'm a senior.
Okay.
So it's been a good experience. Thanks to Mrs. Bulk and Miss Santoro. I actually, junior year, I didn't even want to join the program. I wanted to take AP classes, but then Mrs. Bulk mentioned to me the perks of the college program, how it was free, how it was more of a, what I would say, a long-term commitment rather than something short-term. So with long-term commitments come long-term benefits and all sorts of great things I was able to accomplish. Like, I'm not sure how much credits I've been able to get, but I think it's a full semester as soon as I go in. So I'll go in a semester ahead of everybody else. Not everybody else, but a good amount of people.
So, Carlos, what AP classes were you thinking about taking, and what early college courses did you take?
I wanted to take AP. I think it was seminar, if I'm not mistaken. Then I ended up taking junior year. I had marketing. I was in BCC junior year.
Okay.
But now I'm in a BSU. But in BCC I took marketing. Yeah, I think that's the only one I took. I took marketing, and then now in BSU, I've taken journalism, social welfare. What is that?
English 101.
Yeah, English 101, and Intro to Psychology is the other ones I've taken. I would say that I'm glad I was able to take the early college and I didn't go the AP route because, like I said, it was long-term benefits and success, but also because it's like a guaranteed thing. So with the AP exam, you go throughout the whole year, you take English throughout the whole year, and then you have to pass the AP exam in order for it to translate as college credit. Yep. But here with the college courses already, personally, I don't get C's, but if I get a C in the class, you know what I mean? I graduate. Yeah, I think, honestly, it's been a great experience. I'm thankful for it. I think if you have the opportunity, that you should definitely do it. For example, just honestly, the standout reason is that it's free. But I like to say the reason why I'm happy I joined is because the relationships I was able to form with the staff in the school, Miss Santoro, Mrs. Bullock, my peers. You know what I'm saying? Other classmates I would never even talk to if it wasn't for this program. I'm glad I was able to meet these kind of people, same interests as me, and yeah, just thankful for the opportunity overall.
What are you thinking about doing next year?
Next year, I'm going to go to school for marketing at Bridgewater State. I was fortunate enough to get a full ride, and I want to pursue marketing because I feel like it doesn't put me in a box. For example, I can sell this mic, I can sell this water bottle. Like, you know what I mean?
Can you sell this pen?
Yeah, it's pretty
Movie
much all.
reference.
That's all I was gonna say.
Thank you.
So, hello, my name is Ashish Bhandari. I'd like to start off with a little story. I came to America last year during my junior year. And to be frank, I didn't think college would be within my reach because I came to America with no knowledge of the education system. My
You
basic
came here during the pandemic?
yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I know, it was quite scary. And plus, I didn't even think I'd be meeting half of the people here. Anyway. So where was
So
I?
when did you get here?
I came here during my junior year last year.
Okay, so like in the summertime or the spring or something like
I believe during the end of first term, I believe.
that? Okay.
During September, October.
November.
Right.
November.
So my plan wasn't generally to go to college. I was thinking taking a gap year and probably working before going to college. But thankfully, Miss Fellows, she recommended me to take this program. I take early college classes through One Goal. And basically, it helps, One Goal helps me, the advisor. They persistently made me try to apply for colleges, and they checked up on me every time, which motivated me to apply to colleges. On
So
top,
which kinds of classes did you take?
I took marketing my junior year and history, the Western world history. In my senior year, I took English 101 and I believe business stats. Yeah, thank you.
How'd you do?
I did great in them. Straight A's.
You went from, I don't think I'm going to college,
Yeah,
to a
and then
gap
to
year,
to now I'm
to-
already I got accepted to a college. So
Where'd you get accepted?
Boston University.
Congratulations.
Booyah.
It was worth the trip, the COVID.
And plus, the people that I met along the way were pretty amazing. Like I said, I came here during COVID, so I wasn't expecting to meet anyone. I actually made my first two friends through this program, Jin Kwan and Jaden. So it helped me really connect with other people too. So
What brought you here?
my dad works here, so I came here when I was a kid too, but I had to go back due to my
And
family.
you're not a kid anymore. So.
I was here for like 4 years, like for my first grade to my fourth grade. I had to
Okay.
go back because of family issues.
Okay.
You both talked about guidance and having some, a faculty member really nudging, maybe that's a light word, like helping you make this decision. So that was a big part of how you got onto the path.
Yeah, I
Yes.
feel like, sorry, Ashish, but
ahead.
the relationships and the bonds you form in this group is very like key. So, for example, he mentioned how in One Goal you have your advisor always on you, like, yo, turn this application in. This deadline, we have scholarships coming up. You be able to get the scholarship, get some more money, and then Miss Santoro is always, if I ever feel like I can't go anymore, like, oh, this is too much. Especially at the start of the semester, I had a conversation where I even wanted to like get out of the program, but she convinced me to stay and persevere, and so now I'm here. You know what I mean, with you guys, and honestly, it's a great thing, honestly.
So can someone give us a little bit of a background on how the schools participate with this and how Durfee participates to support the kids who are in the program? Like, does Ms. Santos work for Durfee, or does she work for One Goal, or does she work for the program?
Yeah, I'm Emma Santoro. Nice to meet you. I'm our early college advisor here
Okay.
at Durfee.
Okay.
It's a position that was created last school year on the brink of us really expanding and really putting focus and energy
Okay.
into early college. So yes, I work at Durfee and for the Fall River Public School System, and I work alongside of Carrie Bullock and Andrew Woodward, as well as our college partners, Bristol Community College, Bridgewater State, and the host of people over there who provide support. As well as all the professors and everyone here at school. Maya Lloyd and Catherine Drummy are two of the support teachers who work with our nonprofit One Goal to provide that curriculum for secondary, post-secondary support for the students. So the One Goal program actually takes a teacher here at Durfee High School and gives them a curriculum to follow them.
That was going to be my next question. Some of these programs, they're taught on campus. Some of them are taught at the high school. Yours are taught here?
This current year, yes.
Okay.
Due to COVID, we have to bring everything in-house. So it has been really an all hands on deck on the Durfee side of things to help support live streaming with professors into the classroom. So we actually do have some professors who do come in
Okay.
person once or twice a week to provide the instruction to the students. So that's kind of the current model that we're operating under, provided COVID and vaccination status and all those things that have been a little bit of a barrier and a challenge, but we've done a really good job this year. I don't know if you guys can agree, students, to really help kind of make it all work. There are a lot of moving parts, but these kids are amazing and resilient, and we're really, really proud of all the stuff that they've been doing through this program to really help their own success. So.
And have you all been able to get on campus at some point during the course of the year?
Yes, we have.
What happens when you go on campus?
It's actually a pretty amazing experience. Just sitting in the classroom, it's different from what we would normally have here, and getting that firsthand feel with the teacher teaching you, and you are feeling like an actual college student, and learning like your advanced course. It's just an amazing experience.
Have you been in classes with college students or just with yourselves?
Just with ourselves.
Hi, my name is Lorraine Dio, and prior to the early college program, Durfee already had a pretty established dual enrollment program. So during my freshman and sophomore year, during the summers, I would take an extra BCC class for free, and during those times, I would have classes with other college students. But through the early college program, they take all of peers that within the program, and it's just Durfee students. So there's a lot more support, and it's also a lot more tailored to high school students, because in the other classes, there was a lot less guidance or help from the professor, because they already had that expectation as a college student that you would already know how everything worked. But through the early college, like the classes I've taken through early college, the professors were a lot more forgiving, and they also gave us more resources on how to do certain work. For example, like how to do APA citations.
What are you up to?
What do you mean?
Like,
Oh, next year, I'm going to UMass Boston, and I'm planning to major in chemistry.
and how many early college credits did you get?
So between dual enrollment and early college, I've taken 12 classes, so 36
Good
credits.
for you. That's great.
Thank you.
My name's Carolyn Dupris, and I'm currently a junior. And I just want to say that the early college program has been such a blessed and pleasant and an advantageous experience that I have gotten the opportunity to be a part of. And I just want to say that Durfee High School is a school with so much history, and sometimes
This is where my basketball team in high school used to come to die.
it is. My parents also went to Durfee, and with that history, it's so easy to get lost in the negatives that some events have occurred. But I'm so happy that you guys have come today to really see the amazing programs that we have to offer, all the positivity we have. The reason why I chose Durfee was because of all the programs that they had, including the early college program and the amazing music department. There's so much good going on here that a lot of people in the community look over, and I'm so happy that you guys are here to really appreciate that. So thank you.
And so what did you take with early college?
So I began my courses here with a summer course at BCC. I took a History 111 class, and then I chose to continue my studies, so I took a public speaking class over at Bridgewater.
That one seems to have worked.
Thank you, Mr. Cunningham. And currently with Yassine, I'm taking a U.S. government class, a poli-science class with Mr. Fredericks at Bridgewater State.
Terrific.
Thank you.
And speaking of like those classes and stuff like that, there's just something else to it that it's.
Can you just tell us who you are?
Oh, sorry. I'm Yassine Mahmoud. I'm also a junior here. I started out with the public speaking program, and there's just like a great irony to it because I went from like doing COVID and like not homeschooling, like remote learning, and there was so much to it of just me being disconnected from everything else. It was like you turn on the Meet, you turn on your camera, you like wave hello, you turn off your camera, go on autopilot for an hour, get to your next class. It was just this like monotony to it. And like getting back into like school and stuff like that, to just get to a public speaking class, it's just like, okay, I'm now in deep water. I don't know where anything is. It's like, and then I just stood up there, and the teacher's just like, oh, like your name and a few things about yourself. And so like you start to just relearn all the things, just like, oh right, I do have a name again. I'm Yassine, and this is about me and stuff like that. And the people that I've met there, they're like some of my like closest friends I ended up having. And there's just like so many different stories and memories, and you also find like things that you'll never ever learn about someone unless you were to accidentally just prod this little bit more. A little quick story was we have this prompt that you have to choose a random question from like a bag. And if you get like a question you don't like, you can skip that one, and then you can skip the next one, and you get this last final question. You have to talk about it for like 5 to 6 minutes. And so I'm unknowing as to what's going to be in there. I take the first two very boring questions. The last question I get was, what's your favorite color? To most people, that was just going to be a normal...
Boy, that is a movie reference. Of a certain age.
Like to most people, that's just like a normal like 5-minute talk about how pretty the color blue is or how nice the color red is. Nobody in that class, including the teacher, knew that I had been colorblind since birth. So I had to spend 5 minutes standing in front of a group of kids I had barely known to try and convince them that color is overrated and that gray is technically the best because you can't confuse too much about it. It's awesome. So like, I would never have that conversation if I didn't take that public speaking class. I would never like be able to just stand up there and be like, yeah, I don't see the right things, but that doesn't mean that like I should have to like conform. And so it's just some of my like greatest memories have been like the conversations I've had, like this like mini speeches I've given, and all the little experiences, and yeah, just everything.
So are you two planning to continue to take early college
Yes.
courses as seniors?
I plan to do so.
Of course.
How do you, this is for everyone too, how are you in this process evaluating your career path? It's hard enough, you have so many different things to think about as high schoolers. I'm the mother of a senior and a sophomore high school. And then to also be thinking, now they want me to know what I'm going to do for my next step after high school and college. So just kind of fill in some of those details for us as well.
Okay, hi, I'm Ayana Ellis, and I'm a junior. So I've always loved history, and my first class I took was history, and it didn't go so well. It was so boring to me, and now I'm in Health 101, and it's amazing. And I've always wanted to be a nurse, and now it's like definite. Like, it's just so interesting to me, and I'm doing so good in the class now. And I also take an AP class, and I just feel like the college class is so much better. I'm doing so much better in my college class now. I'm doing good in my AP class too, of course, but the college class is just so much more interesting. Like, I feel more comfortable in that class than my AP class.
So it gave you a chance to try something that you
Yeah.
didn't know that you might
Yes.
like or were particularly good at that
Yeah.
might lead you to your next
Yeah,
steps.
now I know
after
history is
school.
not for me. Nursing definitely is.
Yeah. And to add to that, we also have a program called One Goal that is intertwined with the early college program. So even though I'm just a junior, going to be a senior, we have advocates for the One Goal program who come and talk to us about potential career fields we'll be interested in or things about financial aid. They really provide us with the help that we need to get started, and that's a really cool benefit.
And the One Goal, folks? Talk
Huh?
a little bit about One Goal.
Talk a little bit about One Goal.
So I'm Catherine Drummy. I am one of the One Goal teachers here at Durfee. I also teach a history class, so my heart just broke a little bit.
High school history is good, not college history.
It's fine. It's fine. So the way in which we operate the One Goal program is that I see the students every single day, but on Tuesdays and Thursdays they have their professor who I live stream into the classroom, and then on Mondays and Fridays we work on the One Goal program that sets the kids up first just by like, let's take a career quiz and see what type of fields might even interest us. But then we break down even further from there of like, this is how we read a college syllabus. This is how we respond to professors. And we do a lot of that work within the classroom, which I think has been the biggest benefit for our students as well, is figuring out this is how we operate now as a college student versus just the high school student. And like even, we started working on, we'll get back to it, our best fit list for colleges, and just kind of going in and saying like, you know what, I don't really want to travel that far. What kind of schools are within the distance that I want to be able to be within, or I want to be a commuter student? And it really, I think, opens up their eyes to some schools that maybe they've never even heard of. Like here in Massachusetts, we have so many
100.
colleges.
We have 100.
Okay, so 100 of them. There is no way even I could list 100 of them. And so I think that's been a great opportunity for them to explore, but it's also been a good opportunity through the college classes, as we saw, to have a little bit of exploration within there and say, you know what, I really did like this idea, but I'm finding this is wicked cool. And we're seeing a lot of movement with it, which I think has been great.
The whole thing about finding the right place to go is wildly underrated, and it's incredibly important. And I think helping people work through that question is, I mean, you know, the 60,000-foot thing is always, well, they're all good, right? But they're not necessarily all a good fit, right? And I think that's a really important part of this. And it's frankly one of the things I like about the early college program generally is it gives kids a chance to see how things fit, not just with the schools that are participating in this program, but also with the whole idea of what I'm interested in and what I might want to do with all of it. So basically what you're singing our song here. This is the song that we've been singing for the past 5 years about early college, which is gradually developing a greater sense of possibility across the state government. I mean, if it were up to me, this thing would be available in every school in Massachusetts. And we've proposed that a few times and not got very far with it. But the success that you all and others like you have had with this program has made it a lot more interesting to a lot of the folks in state government, which is great, because I would like to see this available a lot more broadly for all of the reasons that you have already expressed.
I would say one of the biggest takeaways that I've had as a teacher, this is my second year in the early college programming, is hearing the kids finally say, like, this is attainable, or this is something that I can do, whether that's, you know, going into a 4-year college, going into a 2-year college, or even just seeing that they have the skills already within themselves to persevere and to get through a college class. And seeing that success within themselves, like getting that first assignment back or finally just finishing the course and being like, wow, I did this. And that satisfaction just that they get within themselves, whether then they continue within the early college program or they take it elsewhere. We also explore career paths in One Goal as well. But having that piece to say, I can, and then maybe hopefully taking that and helping to lessen the degree divide, change the cycles, and really show that these kids have it. They can do it.
Yeah, to piggyback off of what Catherine said, I'm Maya Lloyd. I'm also a history teacher here at Durfee High School, and this is my first year as a One Goal program director. One Goal calls the teacher liaisons, I guess you could say, program directors. It is the attainability piece is amazing. So Ayana, Tian, and Jesse all took a BCC history class last semester, and college classes are not easy, but as people who majored in history in college, being a junior in high school in history class is not easy, especially first semester, junior year, coming back from remote learning. And I think a lot of them feel a little defeated in the beginning of the semester, but now in April, the mindset has completely changed. They are so excited to be taking these college classes. We have a community that would not have happened, that you don't even get in college classes in general. They're working with each other to build study skills. They're talking to each other about financial aid and the difference between subsidized and unsubsidized loans as juniors in high school. It's been huge.
I would like to hear from the other two seniors over here who haven't spoken, and then I want to hear from the other three juniors.
Hi, I guess it's my turn. My name is Nikolai Rodriguez. As you know, I attend BMC Durfee High School, and I'll be attending Boston University's Honor College in, fall?
That's a great place to get into.
And I will be pursuing international relations as well as economics. So what would you like to know?
Give me the inflation rate. What I would like to know.
My bad. Okay, go ahead.
You know, what made you interested in this program in the first place, and what do you think the benefit to you of it has been?
Okay, cool beans. So this whole early college process started in junior year, and I was in I don't know if I'm supposed to speak, but it was at a phase of my life where I needed to demonstrate interest, because more selective and private institutions have always been in my mind. So my instincts basically guided me to the college courses. And these college courses allow me to demonstrate this dedication to an institution, for example, in a shorter amount of time in comparison to an AP class. So an AP class is more yearly based, while a college class is semester based. So I'm able to increase my workload and demonstrate that course rigor in a way that many other individuals are unable to do.
And get credit.
And get credit, which BU does accept credits, thank God.
Which cost?
Actually, I'm already on a full ride anyway. I'm just a year ahead.
How do those college courses factor into your GPA?
Oh, so I'll take this one. I'll take this one because I sent out like thousands of emails about it. But so basically, these college classes are considered of AP weight or just college merit. I'm sorry. I'm a bit close. So in the way that we have a 5.3 scale, and if you retain an A+, which rarely happens, for some odd reason, you basically get that huge boost. So if you're able to succeed in your college classes, you'll be able to rise up the ranks, get that credit.
That does affect your GPA.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
In a good way, though. In a good way.
Yeah, taking all the dual enrollment or early college classes at BCC has definitely helped my GPA go a lot higher. I'm currently 1 in my class, and I think that taking the amount of being able to take more classes than other students helped bring my GPA up, and being able to get A's or A+ in the classes.
One would be first.
Sorry?
One would be first.
Yeah.
But there's more financial certainty in the early college program because you're earning the credits that apply to the after school. Whereas the AP, you have to earn that 4 or 5 in order to get the credit for the college.
Yeah, I know that all too well.
I do too.
You also get a semester, if they're semester versus year long, you're basically doubling down if
you do it all year long.
Yeah.
And often the AP gives you a placement as opposed to a credit, depending on the college you go to, so it's not quite as sure a thing that you're going to get those credits.
That's right.
I was going to say something. Go ahead.
Go ahead, finish up. Yeah.
What did I want to say? Go ahead.
Hello, my name is Sophia Chen, and I'm most likely going to commit to MCPHS for a pharmacy route.
Wonderful.
And I actually only joined the early college program this year, so I didn't get the junior year experience. And I think it's gone extremely well because I thought I would be really confused on what's going on, but the One Goal teachers and students gave me a lot of support, and I was really grateful for that. And I chose to go into early college because in my junior summer year, I knew I didn't really want to take AP Lit because I'm not an English person. And if I did take it, I would be a lot more miserable. So the early college program gave me the opportunity to take the English 101 class at BCC, and I liked that a lot more because I didn't have to take a AP exam, so very grateful.
Having my son sat through a 4-hour AP exam yesterday afternoon, so I understand completely the frustration with that.
Hi, my name is Tian Tran. So I just want to add that the One Goal program is a 3-year program, your junior, senior, and your first year in college. So like being in this program gives you like a foundation going into college, then instead of just like, oh, I'm going to college without like having no one behind you. So like this program like gives you like support for you to go to college.
And succeed in your first year, especially.
Mm-hmm. I also want to add that this program has like specific pathways you want to go. So like you can hop through of them. So like you don't have just to be like in healthcare or just in marketing. There's also like education, and so like you can hop through to see like what fits for you, I would like to say.
And what did you take?
I'm in the healthcare pathway, so I've taken 2 courses already. So it's a history course and an intro to healthcare. And I'm also in the CTE course in Durfee, which is a health assisting. So like that health class gave me like a good foundation for my college class, which I think I'm kind of lucky to have.
I guess I'm next. My name is Malachi Nobry. I'm a junior here. I just transferred this year from New Bedford High, so I'm kind of a traitor. But I went to middle school. Well, I grew up in New Bedford, so I went to middle school. In middle school, I did a dual enrollment program with New Bedford High, and then I've been taking AP classes since my freshman year. But when I moved here this year, I asked my counselor about college classes because I'm really want to just get started with my life, and I feel like I need to go to college to do that. And I asked, and now I'm part of this, which is amazing. And I think the great thing about this program is that at my school, there's a lot of kids who are really amazing, and they just don't get the opportunity to show that they're amazing, and they're very apathetic about life and going to college. Even my friends at that school, they're really mad.
You're talking now about
New Bedford High.
Okay.
Yeah, they're
Which is getting an early college program, by the way.
Yeah. Good. They need it. Really. One of my friends, she's taking 6 AP classes, and she gets no help, she feels. And it's just very rigorous, but without the support. And I think it's amazing because I have wonderful teachers who just help you with that and get you on the right path.
And what did you take?
I'm taking poli-sci with Ms. Drummond.
Hello. My name is Jesse Aguirre-Tamba. I am a junior, and I take the marketing pathway through BCC. The beginning was my history class, Western Civilization 111, I believe. I did not do too well. I got a C- in the course, which I'm used to straight A's every year. So I would just like to talk about the one goal. Because I'm in one goal, I felt I got so much support. Because the C- really hit me. I'm so used to A's, like I said. So because I have Miss Lloyd to help me, I felt like she really supported me. And now I am in Business Marketing 101, and I have an A+ in that class. I felt like the support is very helpful, very, very helpful. So,
You know, part of the process is figuring out not just what you might be interested in, but what you're good at. And I would argue that, you know, that's a lifelong process. And I got a D in chemistry when I was in high school, which was kind of a surprise, but it taught me a very interesting lesson, which was I wasn't very good in chemistry. So I was an English major. I think the support you guys are talking about is critically important to the success of the program overall. I wish I could get a video of you spending 5 minutes explaining to people what color's overrated. I think that could be one of the coolest stories I've heard in a long time.
It was pretty amazing.
And you're basically helping us believe in a program that the Lieutenant Governor and I and the Secretary were already pretty sold on. And I just want to congratulate the folks at Durfee and Fall River for embracing it and loving it and making it possible for your students to benefit from it. How many of you, before you got involved in this, it sounds like about half of you anyway were planning to go to college? Is that about right? And about half of you were not sure? Is that a reasonable way to put it?
More or less.
That's the other thing about it, is it does give people who don't know if they want to go or not a chance to kick the tires on it and see what they think. Jim, LG?
Can I ask another question just on the experience? So you're thinking about yourselves in college or a pathway to career, college or not. There's certificate, credentials, all sorts of opportunities for you. Are there internships and workplace experiences that you think about as part of this program?
Yes. Durfee actually, yeah.
You should probably grab the mic.
Along with myself and many other people who are a part of the early college program, we've actually been offered an internship with Johnson & Johnson, which Justine and I actually got, invited to go and have the opportunity to apply to. So there are some internships we're given to apply for.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah,
That's great.
I went to that too.
Great. So then you can see the beyond, like why this is all important, like what you're studying, what you're working through, what you're trying and maybe not succeeding at, but trying something else. Like where is this going to take you ultimately when you finish your high school 2 years or 4 years and start your career? It's great.
I think something has to be said about the two people to my left, Lieutenant Governor and Governor. They've supported education, which gave us this building. They supported education, which gave us Student Opportunity Act. And it's funded these schools to a point where we have this kind of a forum going and expansion of these programs, both on the college level and the high school level. They've championed it from day one, and they've been great to Fall River, and I'm going to miss both of them.
Gee, thanks.
Well, I'm just stating the facts.
We got a lot more work to do.
I hope so.
No, we're going to see if we can get a pretty big number in the budget for early college for next year, and maybe see if we can't actually make it part of sort of the state's education funding formula for all schools, because we would love to see this as sort of a fundamental part of the way we think about high school generally. And what's been particularly interesting to us is the school districts that have adopted it the most have been city schools. It's been, I think people thought at the beginning of this that the schools that would be most likely to adopt an early college program would be the schools in the suburbs. Not true. Almost all of the heavy adopters on this have been city schools, which, from our point of view, is exactly what we were trying to do with this program in the first place. So, is to give kids a chance to see that they could do the work and get the support they needed to move to the next level. So, you're pretty much confirming kind of what our hopes were for this program in the first place, which is great.
I also want to thank Bridgewater State
Yeah.
and Bristol.
Hey, Fred. Go ahead.
And I know Chancellor Fuller from UMass Dartmouth, adding STEM and arts into this program is terrific. Thank you very much for being so committed to these students. And they stand in a place where they need you, obviously, enrolled in their schools. There's a lot of competition for filling their seats, but employers on the other side need students to graduate with skills that are relevant to the region's economy. So this is all a play around, yes, you and your education, but the future success of this Commonwealth. So you're all doing your part, and I just want to emphasize how important this is. There are 50 early college programs. There are over 260 public high schools in Massachusetts. So that gives you a sense.
So we got a ways to go.
That gives you a sense of the program that you have here and how special and important this is. So you're pioneering in a way. You're trying to perfect a model so that we can convince other schools to pull into their school district this kind of offering for their students. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you guys have anything else you want to add? Did we hit on the stuff you wanted to talk about?
I just adore my one goal. Miss Donnellan isn't here, but she means the world. She's helped me so much.
I want to say that if there's something that you can say to other schools to get them to get the program into their schools, is that it's nothing but success. So, for example, them two had trouble with their history course, but then once they had trouble, they had their teachers to back them up and then get them to where they needed to be. So regardless if you fall behind or if you get a flat tire, you know what I mean? You'll catch up and you'll cross the finish line because of everybody. You know what I mean? Your support. You got people with you. It's not that you're by yourself or you're the only one that can help you or things like that. So I think it's really
That's a good point.
And two, I think it's good for like the future. So for example, there'll be less student debt because these classes are free.
Exactly.
And then two,
boom.
Two, like I like to say that like the more you know, the better. So you get more knowledge. So we're supposed to be the future of like America. You know what I mean? So.
I got news for you, pal. You are.
You know what I mean? So if you have a group of well-rounded and educated people to make decisions, then you can't go wrong. Obviously, I feel like there's no right or wrong answer in politics. I'm not trying to get into that. Yeah, I think kids, you gain knowledge. It's a good experience, and maybe one of us one day will be in your chair. You know what I mean?
That's right.
It's just those kind of things like that.
Part of the benefit of the program is the credits, okay? The number one reason that a lot of kids don't finish is they just run out of resources. And the interesting thing about this program, especially if you start at your junior year, is it's possible for a lot of folks by the time they're done with high school to already have 2 years worth of credits, and they already have a relationship with a bunch of schools that know they can do the work, and many of them as a result end up getting scholarships because it's 2 years to go and they've already proven they can do the work. And there's tremendous benefit in that. The other thing it does is it gives you a chance, as you point out, and as you point out, to tackle some of the stuff you would need to tackle that would end up being your first year college courses without the kind of support you can get from this, and the change in the sort of the impact of doing that for the first time by yourself is one of the things that makes it hard for kids to make it through that first year. So being able to get what I would describe as sort of the first year under your belt in an environment that's familiar to you is another benefit to this program. I mean, there's financial benefits, there's educational benefits, and there's definitely sort of social development benefits. You put them all together, and the chances of graduating from college dramatically go up. And that's another reason why this is a really important program.
I see the early college program as like a blueprint, like what you said. It kind of starts us off and really shows us what college is like at that level. In high school, you're very much babied a little bit about, oh, you make sure you have to do this, or else, you know. But in the early college program, it's rather than babying, it's more prepping. I've learned so many skills throughout my experiences here, such as independence, and of course with the public speaking, how to speak publicly with people without, you know, not crying a little bit. But definitely that independence, making sure I read the syllabus, it just gives you that edge in comparison to people who are, again, going through their first year of college without this experience underneath their belt.
That's well said. You're taking ownership. You're taking ownership, and you're responsible for it, but
Yes.
you feel more in control of your future. You're driving it. It's great.
So in the interest of time, we're going to wrap up.
This is usually what happens is the adults come in and shut the whole thing down.
That's
That's what they're there
Got
for.
something to say.
Yeah.
I feel a lot of us had problem in our history classes, but I don't want to leave a bad mark on history for all the history fans out there. I personally loved my history class. I will tell you, especially because the teacher made us.
There's no right or wrong, right?
Yeah,
Right,
that's right.
exactly.
I agree. I got an A in that class.
I also got an A in the class.
It was my first one, and it was the easiest. Thank you for your time.
I will second and third that notion so many times. I have like peers who will complain about like the poli-science class because it's just like, oh, he's boring, he's talking the entire time. I'm thriving. I'm like, you just need to know what you're good at and sometimes what you like, need to do to learn the information.
Yep.
It might not be that like, and some of them, it's also not the fact that they just can't do history. It's that the environment of which like Zoom meeting and then going straight to like trying to apply it, it might be like that form of environment that they can't do. So like, I'm just like, oh, well, have you seen the chapters in their book? And people are like, there's a book? But yeah, all the information is open and it's for you. So it's just all about like trying to find what you need to do to make it work. And sometimes it will get down to that scenario where it's like, this doesn't work for me, but you can still like find some way to like grasp at least the passing grade so you can find something else that does work for you in the next coming few years.
If we're closing up, I'd like to get the last word.
I bet this is the first time you've ever wanted to get the last word, right?
Nikolai, go ahead, close it out.
Thank you, everybody, for your participation, especially to the governor. Especially Mayor Coogan over here. Thank you. Thank you to the early college program, as well as you beautiful scholars, working hard on your history classes, apparently. Yeah, I think I'll pass the mic over now. Thank you for your time, everybody. Thank you again. My name is Nikolai Rodriguez. Let's let you know.
There's really nothing else to say, Nikolai, except thank you.
Don't worry, I got you.
I know. Thank you very much. Thanks for investing in our students and investing in our community.
Nikolai also took the public speaking class.
Yeah, and I also thrived in that.
A+ in that one, Nikolai.